Good morning, Thailand. This is your humble host, Triple T, Teacher Thomas Thailand YouTube channel. Hope you are all doing well wherever you are in the world. I'm up and at 'em early, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Finally got all the holidays past us. All of the Santa Claus duties that your humble host participated in this year. Appreciate every viewer on the channel. We are going to take a little cruise, not too much, just do a little short live stream. Got some new equipment and stuff for you. I want to get everything tried out, see if we got any bugs this morning. We may get a little buffering along the way, something like that. You never know when you're live. We are streaming in 720p on the GoPro Hero 9, one of the toughest cameras in the world. This thing flipped off the top of my head. I had it on a hat clip, and the hat flew off, and it almost got smashed by a lot of traffic, but it endured. So that's what we're using. It's just the old Hero 9. I got some new cameras coming too as well. Happy New Year 2024. Today is Saturday, January the 6th. It is approximately 6:29 a.m. So I hope the feed is okay. We're here at 7-Eleven. This is a brand new 7-Eleven that just opened up about a month or so ago, not far from our house. We are in beautiful Ban Chang Rayong, Thailand. Little beach town near the Utapao airports. The first little city in Rayong province if you are coming from Chonburi. So if you're coming out of Chonburi from Pattaya or Jomtien or Bangsare and you're headed into Rayong, as soon as you cross the Rayong provincial border, the first city is Ban Chang. So if you didn't know that, now you know. Let me check on the chat here real quick. We got anybody in the house? Feed looks good on my end. Anybody give me a sound check, video check? Copy. Let's see if I can share this feed real quick. Oh, really? I didn't know I was logged into the open mic on Facebook. Change that real quick. Go over here. If you can hear me, give me a sign in the chat box. This is completely unannounced, so it's not like people are just sitting around waiting for me to go live. But I appreciate you watching the playback if you weren't here live. All right, well, let's see if we can paste this sucker in here. Nope. Go back. All right. Bear with me just a second, guys. I'm going to try to get this feed over onto the fake book. There we go. Next, post that up. See if it gives us a thumbnail photo of. Better pin that. Yeah, there we are. Okay, I just pinned that live stream on Facebook. Thailand live stream motor vlog. There we go. Let me go back over here. And we shall cruise, for better or worse. One second, guys. But yeah, it's a great 7-Eleven here. Got some vendor spots, 4 vendor spots available. So we're checking into that. You guys know we're back in business. A little different style of business, more of a wholesale catering company with event planners and stuff like that, but we have the ability to sell our breakfast sandwiches, you know, our sausage biscuits, bacon, egg, and cheese, breakfast burritos, like stuff that's easy to just grab and go. And this road here goes all the way to Phayun Beach, and it's a very busy road in the morning because you got a lot of workers going to the Maptaput industrial area. So yeah, might turn out to be a pretty good gig down there. Good morning, Sue Rowan. There we go. Hey, my lady from down under. She's been a busy lady too. Everybody been busy with family. It's really weird on the YouTube. I've been cranking out a lot of content, but some of the content is getting very little play, and then other content is getting a lot of play. Want a big shout out to the new subscribers. We're on a good pace right now, guys, on this little channel. We've just hit like 282 brand new subscribers in the last 3 days. So there's older videos that are getting lots of views. It's really working out good. Happy to have you if you're a new subscriber here. We're not your typical vlogger or YouTuber. We're more of a digital content creator. We like to highlight events and businesses and community stuff. As an expat here in Thailand, I don't really ramble on and opine about my opinions on Thailand, and we avoid religion and politics if we can in the chat, because everybody's got an opinion on both those, and most of that is usually divisive in nature. People disagree passionately about religion and politics. So if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you stay away from those topics. If you're talking about a current event or, you know, the war in the Middle East, I mean, that's all good. Just keep the politics out of it, right? Keep the religion out of it. We're very tolerant here for all people. Okay, so I appreciate it. Big shout out. Hey, Gary, good morning. How's the sound? Video okay? Before I get on the road here, everything okay? I've got the new DJI wireless microphone system hooked up this morning with a dead cat on it. We are on the brand new 2024 Giorno. Bought this for my wife's birthday, like at November 27. Surprised her with it. So if you haven't seen that video, you go check that out. The thumbnail is the #1 chick bike. #1 chick bike right here. So it's a 125cc 4-stroke and water cooled. I mean, believe it or not, I mean, it's the state of the art, the newest technology from Honda scooter. This thing will cruise. It's very comfortable. I had it custom lowered a little bit. Changed the forks out on the front end. Shortened the forks a little bit there. Pulled the vinyl cover off the seat and trimmed the seat down a little bit. Just make it a little easier for my wife to run flat-footed when she parks. But a really nice cruiser. This is what we're going to cruise on. It's got about 300 kilometers on it now, so it's still just breaking in. Sounds great, all good, pick clear. All right, I'm going to have to put the phone away. Sue, I don't have a phone holder or anything set up on this scooter yet, so we're just going to close that down, diminish that, stick it in my bag, and we'll go. If we have problems along the way, don't worry, Sue. Hopefully it won't disconnect or anything like that. I mean, we're on the hotspot. We got plenty of data, so I'll stop a little bit, but we ain't got far to go to the beach. Let's take them to the beach to see the sunrise. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Like I say, big shout out to all the new subscribers. Really appreciate it, you know. I mean, we're running about 15,000 views per month right now, so yeah, it's a pretty good percentage in 3 days to get 282 of those folks to hit the subscribe button. But we appreciate it. We don't do this for money or anything. We are recently remonetized on the channel, so if you do see ads, nothing I can do about that per se, other than advise you if you don't want to see ads or skip through ads. We try not to do any non-skippable ads here, but if you don't want to be bothered with that, just go get a YouTube premium account, especially if you're a YouTube consumer. You know, watch all your favorite channels, news channels, everything else. I think it's about $13.99 a month now. You know, YouTube's kind of went up because they got so much on their platform. But you can get a YouTube premium account, and you know, I mean, you get benefits back from that too. So if you ever thought about starting your own channel, basically when you create a Google account for YouTube, you already have a channel. You may not have loaded a video yet, but you can upload a video at any time, right? So basically, you create an account, you're creating a channel. If you got the YouTube Premium, you're going to get some of that money back if you're a content creator. You know, I do. I get money back on that. But anyway, we are headed south. It's a beautiful area. Ban Chang is growing. There's new housing additions going in everywhere. It's just incredible. But at the same time, I gotta say, I know a lot of business owners, restaurant, customer service kind of stuff, resorts, hotels. And we just ended the high season here in Thailand. So I think people, you know, did pretty well. I think Pattaya City did really, really well. But now the high season's over. It's dry season here. It hasn't rained in 2 or 3 weeks, probably. But, I mean, beautiful weather. Absolutely stunning weather this time of year. So reliable. But most of your tourists have returned to their home country, you know. They come over the holidays and through the new year. And, I mean, there's still tourists coming in and out all the time, right? But as far as the high season is over, low season's here. A lot of businesses are struggling, guys. I mean, one thing about Thailand, in pretty much all areas that are populated, Ban Chang City has about 50,000 population and growing. You have multiple restaurants, multiple massage shops, multiple bars. I mean, just everywhere, right? So, you know, it can be a struggle because literally right here is where we live, right up here. We've got 2 restaurants in walking distance, okay? And then we're 1 kilometer from the beach. You get down to the beach, you got another 10 restaurants down there. You know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, we like to spread our money out. We got our favorites and stuff, but that's why it's difficult on a lot of businesses. There are so many customer service businesses, restaurants, bars, massage shops. They're just everywhere, you know. So with a population of only 50,000, and we don't get a lot of international tourists here, we get a lot of domestic tourists and international travelers that have discovered Ban Chang and always want to come back here. Like they, you know, some people love to go to Pattaya City, and I don't blame them. Got all the public transportation. You don't need to drive. You don't need to rent a motorbike. You know, plenty to see and do. You know, it's a city that almost never sleeps. But other people like to get away from the international tourist area. They don't want to be in the crowds of people. They're like, it's too people-y for me. So that's the kind of people that find Ban Chang and come down here. And we got a lot of resorts, hotels. You know, we got a little strip they call Soy Bar. So got some good nightlife. A lot of long stay expats in the area. Been here ever since the Vietnam era. A lot of those guys and gals. Check the signal real quick here, Sue, Gary. See how that automatically shuts off? I just love this little scooter now, I'm telling you. Uh-oh, reconnecting. Shit. Well, we were buffering or something there, weren't we? Says we're back now. Got 7 watching live. All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm on a lag here, as you can see. I'm always on a lag. I don't know how long we were buffering or whether I got cut off. But anyway, guys, Ban Chang is pretty unique. I mean, I know there's other, like, sister cities over the western seaboard. We're on the eastern seaboard of the Gulf of Thailand. You get over the western seaboard areas like Prachuap Khirikan, you know, towns down through there, Chompoon maybe. You know, they got the beaches. They got, you know, roughly the same size city kind of thing. But Ban Chang's pretty unique because we've got the Eastern Economic Corridor, which basically coming out of Bangkok into Chong Chong Sao province, and then Chonburi province, and then Rayong down to Chontaburi province. So this whole area is the Eastern Economic Corridor. It's a powerhouse of the economy of Thailand. Rayong province itself is the #1 per capita income for Thai people in Thailand. So there's a lot of industry over here, a lot of manufacturing, a lot of high-paying jobs, a lot of energy. Got tons of engineers and oil and gas workers from all over the world. You know, everything from Belgians, Americans, to Germans. They come in and out of Ban Chang because of the big mop to put industrial area. So if you don't know this area that well and you want to visit a part of Thailand that's not an international tourist zone, but still has a lot of entertainment and things to offer, Ban Chang might be worth your visit. Now, the only thing is, I mean, you can get, we got the taxi apps like Uber now. You got, driver ID, you got Bolt, you got all kinds of independent. So you can get around just like you're in Pattaya, but you just do it through your app, right? Hire a driver. Because you ain't gonna flag a taxi down here. And we have bot buses up on Sukhumvit Road. We got bus stations, stuff like that, but you know what I mean. Smaller area like this, if you've got your own transportation, then you're golden. If you don't, then you use one of the apps. I like driver ID, I think is the one I use. I mean, you just punch in your destination, you get a quote exactly how much, pick you up, what time, you agree to that before, you get multiple drivers, you can see what car they're in, right? And it's all legit, they got their ID and everything in their car, so no problem there. It's not like an independent, non-licensed taxi. But anyway, that's a heads up on an area like this. You want to come visit, but there's tons of resorts. And if you want to stay up near the strip where the nightlife action's at, there's hotels and resorts all over there. There's tons of condos here for rent, for sale. So anyway, let's cruise on down the beach. Apologies for the buffering there. All right, all good, no buffer. Okay, turn on your high beams. Hey, Lotto. Good one, Lotto. Welcome to Triple T. I don't recognize that account name, but welcome. Let's go on down and look at some Sunrise Beach for a minute, shall we? Rock and roll! Phayun Temple right here on your, you gotta watch them, man. They're going to work. You're supposed to pass on the right. There's no rules in Thailand. Just keep your eye on your rear view mirror. Do not change position in a lane without looking behind you, okay? Just don't do it. Don't do it, man, they'll run you over. Phayun Temple right there on the right. This is what we call Beach Road. You take a right here, you go through a hotel district down to Pala Beach, which is a dead-end road. Take a left, you go all the way out to Mataput area. There's several more beaches that way. We're gonna go straight on. So if we're walking from our house, this is one click from our house down to the water. So it's a short walk. These are big group houses, rental houses. They rent them out. They got like 4 bedrooms, 10 beds. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. But they're pretty nice. They fill up on the weekends a lot. Yeah, we've been in them. I think I did. I know I did a video in there too. They're nice. They're all gated. They're pet friendly. You see big families and groups of people come in, rent them out for 2 or 3 days. I mean, you got 10 people. I think they run like 7,000 baht a night, so a couple $100 a night. But if you got 10 people, and you're splitting that. That's cheap, right? And you can see you're right here on the beach. Have a lot of night markets and stuff down here. They're always posting these banners up. Of course, it's all in Thai. When you're in this part of Thailand, don't expect to have English on the signs and stuff, right? You'll have English communication skills among the Thai, but yeah, don't expect postings and stuff to be in English. I recommend Google Lens if you haven't downloaded that app. Download Google Lens. You can take a photo of any sign and it'll do the translation for it. Look at this little ridgeback right here. What are you doing, huh? Good morning. You gonna bite me? Huh? It's okay. It's okay. Good boy. Huh? So, lots of restaurants right here. We got our favorite right here. This one. It's our neighbor. What you want? You want to come? Huh? Good boy. Right here is our neighbor. Really, really good food. You can see we're down here early morning on Saturday. It's low season now. Everybody's gone for the New Year's celebration. It's been really busy down here. Typical here in Thailand, pretty much every shoreline has a ton of these crab fishermen boats. A lot of them are not Thai. to believe it or not. I didn't know that for the longest time, but a lot of them are, you know, Myanmar and Cambodia and Laos. I mean, there are Thai fishermen for sure, but a lot of them are just making their living down here, you know. They're going and netting blue crab every day. They'll also bring in other seafood for sale. They fish squid. Basically, the fresh seafood that you're going to eat that were caught out here is the blue crab and the squid. If they got shrimp for sale and all the shells and mussels and all, those are usually brought in, you know what I mean? Anyway, good morning, gentlemen. How we doing? Good, good. This is Nam Yen and I's favorite little swimming pool, especially through the week. You know, when you live in an area like this, there's no reason to come down on a busy weekend, right? So it's called White Sand. It's got a resort right here. These little bungalows. Better check the signal here. Yeah, these little wooden bungalows. But don't let them fool you, man. They're very, very comfortable. One bedroom with air conditioning. And nice pool right here. Really nice pool. And you can just come down and pay 100 baht for the day and swim in the pool. How we doing, Sue? Paul A's in the house. Good morning, Paul A. Big ups. Hey, thanks, Lotto. You're going to find some good people here. We're just a small channel, and I don't know if you missed it earlier, but look, it's not like I got anything against vloggers or YouTubers, but I'm a digital content creator. I really focus on making videos through the eyes of the audience. I've been in Thailand full time now for 9 years. Married to a beautiful Thai lady for 8 years. We just celebrated our 8th anniversary on December 15th. You know, I assimilated real quick into the country because I came here for medical reasons. I have a severe autoimmune disease. That's why I'm disabled. But, you know, I came for the climate and I knew it would help my health. But, you know, I met a lot of good Thai people before I came and did my research. And after I got here for 4 or 5 months, I was so bored. And a friend asked me if I'd be interested in teaching English as a second language. So I did that part-time at a government high school for a couple years and then went on to teach English second language for the Royal Thai Army Academy, which is equivalent to our West Point in America. Still have a close bond with the academy. Still work on American Standard Curriculum with them. I'm not teaching for them now, but we moved down here to Ban Chang in 2019 because we love this area. We'd vacation down here, and that's basically the story, you know. I started the YouTube channel to just show my 4 daughters and 11 grandchildren and, you know, brothers and sisters and friends back home what life was like in Thailand. Real shaky, you know, crummy little videos. And then it just kind of morphed into what it is today. But, you know, I just really don't like to give my opinion on all that stuff. I have a lot of respect for Thai people, their culture, their way of doing things. It doesn't mean that I think it's better or that I agree with everything. There's a lot of stuff that I don't like, because there's a lot of stuff that you're not going to like if you live here, right? Pros and cons, everything. But I just try to bring content that I think people will find interesting and it's relevant to being a long stay expat here, right? I'm not a travel vlogger. I'm not a YouTuber that sits, you know, behind a camera in a live stream and tells people how much I know about Thailand. You know, it's just, so if you're new to the channel, that's kind of what you're going to get here. We've got a lot of business related content. I think there's 169 videos now on a playlist called Ban Chang Business and Community. So that's all it is. It's just area businesses. I do little reviews on them, stuff like that. Community events. They got, you know, volleyball down here at the beach. You know, I just film stuff. That's what I do. And so anyway, welcome to the channel, Otto, and really appreciate it. Hey, Aussie Thai Bangkok, the most interesting man in the world has joined the chat. Good to see you. Good to see you. Greetings from Melbourne. Oh, you're back in Melbourne. ATB in the house. Great man, great man. All right, guys, let me cruise around a little bit more here. Give you a little. But anyway, I wanted to show you. I mean, you know, you gotta, if you don't go slow in Thailand, you miss a lot of stuff, man. You miss a lot of stuff. You gotta go slow. Like, you could cruise right by here and not even know this little resort was here. They're nice. I've been in them. They're nice little rooms and cold air conditioning. I mean, you got a pool there. It's a big pool, right? It's a big pool. Deep end in the whole 9. Here's what they call the Dragon Bridge. Of course, that's all Chinese related for those of you that don't know. You see a dragon in Thailand. That's not Thai. That's Chinese descent. Now, they may be Thai people, but they're of Chinese descent. Yeah? Thai don't do dragons. They have what's called a payanak, which is like the Loch Ness Monster. It's a sea serpent, right? It's a snake with kind of a dragon head. But a straight up dragon, yeah, you know you're near a Chinese temple, right? Completely different style of stuff. So this sign right here says Phayun. This is Phayun Beach. You know, like I say, we were driving south. So what's a little different down here when you get to Rayong, the coastline makes a big hard turn, okay? So when you're in Pattaya, you're looking west, you get the sunsets right into the ocean, right? Beautiful. Well, down here, you're looking south, okay? Into the big Gulf of Thailand, not the Bay of Bangkok anymore. Now you're looking into the big Gulf of Thailand. So the eastern sunrise mornings are great. The west, depending on the time of year, you know, sometimes you get sunsets like parallel with the beach, right? So it takes that big hard turn. If you look at the map, like when you're coming out of Chonburi, and Sattahip is like an amazing area, beautiful hills. A lot of you may know Buddha Mountain, right? They dynamited Buddha Mountain for landfill for the Utapao airport back in the Vietnam era. That's how that whole thing happened. And then later it was in the 80s, maybe even later than that, where they carved the Buddha image and filled it with gold, right? But it was they had to get the Utapao airport ready for the B-52s, right? Which was like 14 feet deep of concrete that had to be put in after the landfill. So anyway, that whole area there south of the airport is called Sattahip, and it's beautiful. It's mostly Royal Thai Navy property, but there's a lot of private property out there too. And so that's the big turning point. When you get to the Sattahip, there's a peninsula down there. There's a lot of people. Actually sits in Rayong province. It's called Rayong/Pattaya International Airport, right? But it's in Ban Chang. It's actually in Ban Chang district. The airport itself. Now the entrance gate to Utapao Airport is in Chonburi, coming out of Sattahip, right? But anyway, that's where the big turn makes. So Sattahip, you got the sunsets into the ocean, right? All that, all the way up through Chonburi, Chong Song Sao, right? But once you get to Rayong, it makes that big hard bend. Now you're looking directly south into the big Gulf of Thailand. You're not looking across the Bay of Bangkok, like looking over towards Hua Hin, right? Now you're looking south. So you're looking at, you know, if you could see all the way to the other coastline here, you'd be looking at Sangla or, you know, Koh Samui Island, all that. So that's a big difference, you know. I mean, I like the sunsets into, look at this guy. What are you doing? I know you're nice, huh? What are you doing, huh? What are you doing, huh? Huh? Yeah, that's 100% Ridgeback, if you guys don't know. They are Asian hunters. We got a rescue dog at home. She's not quite as big as him, though, huh? They are agile and unbelievable. It's okay. Hmm? Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Wanna go? Come on. Anyway, you can see the room down here, and then, you know, these evergreen trees, when you see these, usually like free zones. I mean, people tie up their hammocks and stuff here. These were all planted by the government. Those are not native to Thailand, okay? Not native at all. I don't know where they come from, but they planted them to protect, you know, from erosion and stuff. And they're really, really nice. They provide a lot of full shade. I see some of these YouTubers, here we go again, talking about YouTube, you know, coming down here, oh, I like palm trees, I don't like these evergreens. Well, this is a park, man. You want to hang a hammock or like, but anyway, to each their own. But you can see, I mean, it's beautiful, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area. Let me check the stream here. I may be talking to myself, what do I know? Well, looks like we're still good. Got 10 people in the house. Hey, appreciate you guys chatting back and forth. We got some great people. Paul A, do they have size limits on the, you know, they do. I've seen them sorting them, Paul A. I mean, they do it every day, right? So they don't like have the measure like you're used to seeing. They just kind of use their hand, I guess. But yeah, I've seen them throw back a lot of the smaller ones. But I got to tell you, man, it's unregulated as hell. I mean, we got to be honest here. In Thailand, you don't need a fishing license, even as a foreigner. I mean, there's no fishing license. There's no game wardens. There's no animal control. There's just so much stuff that's unregulated, you know. They say up to 50% of the economy is technically black market because, you know, if somebody has a regular job, right, they're employed by a company, let's say 7-Eleven, and they lose their job, right? So they're no longer paying taxes in, the company's not holding out Social Security, insurance, right? They're off the books. Well, they might immediately just turn to a vendor job and start selling chicken on the side of the road and make more money than they ever made at 7-Eleven, right? Because there's no regulations, there's no health department. You know, they didn't change their way of life here. I remember back in the States, let me get off here a minute. Back in the States, when I was a kid, you know, we used to barter and, you know, trade eggs for pork, and, you know, I mean, there'd be like vendors around the neighborhood cooking shit, and, you know, we can't do that anymore. Somewhere along the line, the government of the United States of America said people aren't smart enough to cook chicken on the side of the road without killing somebody from poison, you know. Well, here in Thailand, they never went through that. It's still the way it was, you know what I mean? So you have a lot of entrepreneurs that's why unemployment's so low, because you come unemployed, you know, Thai people are very frugal, and, you know, they'll do something. So, you know, you see these vendors and stuff, like even when it's not a big night market, just a regular weekend, there'd be vendors parked all over this place. They don't, you know, now depending on the TESA bond, which is like the local government thing, sometimes they do have to pay like 100 baht, you know, for the spot or whatever, especially if they got an actual table at a you know, a market. Then they'll pay 100 baht or something, you know, so $3, and then they sell their wares, you know. So, but other than that, like, nobody's coming down and telling them, hey, you got to have a license to cook this chicken, or, you know, we're going to have to tax you, or these blue crab fishermen, hey, we need to check your kit. I mean, it's just unregulated here, guys. I think Thai people have a hell of a lot more freedom than we have in America, like we used to. You know, it's kind of like the seatbelt laws, and, you know, it's controversial. I know some people think that's, you know, you should be pulled over every time you don't have your seatbelt on, and the police have a right to write you a $120 ticket. Some people are passionate about that. I'm kind of the other persuasion. I'm like, look, it's me, it's my body. I'm not doing anything to anybody else. Leave me the hell alone. So that's kind of the way Thailand, to me, represents that. Like, the people have so much freedom. I mean, and that's why, you know, in the States now, you gotta, you know, go to a farmer's market usually, where my daughters live there in the tri-state area, Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma, tri-state area there. You know, if you want fresh veggies and all that stuff, you got to go to a farmer's market, and they're not very often. Here in Thailand, that's an everyday thing. Every day, right? Fresh vegetables, fresh pork, fresh chicken, cooked food, right? Wares, knickknacks, knockoff shoes, crab. You know, come down here and buy your fresh seafood every morning. There's no taxes, there's no levy, there's no government. So I think that answers your question, Paul. I mean, it's just the way it is here, and I like it. Of course you could get food poisoning, but I've got food poisoning in a 5-star restaurant before, so hell, shit can happen, right? All right, let's cruise a little bit more, guys. Take you down to the other end here, and we'll close this out pretty quick. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and a big shout out, man. I just recently remonetized the channel, and that might be the reason that YouTube is recommending more of our content, and I think the content's pretty solid. I've got a new video coming this morning at 9 a.m. at a 5-star beach resort, guys. If you might have seen the Santa surprise video on the channel. If not, I don't care. You watch what the hell you want. I put out a lot of content. We don't do the whole subscribe, like, comment, send me money, buy me a coffee. Okay, we just don't do that shit. All right. I do it because I enjoy it, and it helps others. When you produce content that's promotional and marketing for the benefit of others, I mean, that's my reward right there. So anyway, Serene Pla Resort, absolutely stunning place. The only video up so far is the Santa Claus. I was a surprise Santa Claus for him. That was a last minute deal. And so that video is up there. And then I did a live stream of the actual New Year's countdown, okay, with a fireworks show. And now this morning at 9 a.m. Thai time, there's the first video of us checking into the room, giving you a review of the junior suite, showing you the staff, the grounds, everything that happened before the countdown party, okay? So if you're into that kind of stuff, you know, that's what this channel's all about. Now this is what I call the Titanic of condo buildings over here. This thing is absolutely huge. It doesn't look like much, but there are nice units in there, and there's a lot of units available. Beautiful sea view, right? You see the evergreens, how they came in and topped all of them? Yeah, they came in and topped them all, and then they just bush out, right? So that's why the government planted these things. You can't kill them. They grow great in the sandy soil, right? And you can't beat the shade. I mean, it's like full coverage shade, right? All right, let's pull over here and give you a feel for the beach. And, you know, it's Asia, so the tide ebbs and flows twice in 24 hours like it does everywhere in the world.